Hi everyone, welcome. It's Joni at Granny J Clay. I just wanted to show you a few of the ornaments I've been making. When I start making ornaments for Christmas, I generally make several of one kind and then I move on and I make several of another kind. But I won't have time to be making as many ornaments this year. So instead of giving one ornament to every person in our family, which is what we usually do, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, I'm going to give one per family. So I've just made some ornaments. I thought I would show you what I've done so far. And then I'll update you on what's happening with me and what's happening with surgery coming up. Anyway, I have a little Christmas music on in the background. Hopefully that's not going to bother you. But I wanted to make this brief video so you could see. This particular one, I really like this one. I'd gotten some new folders. Yeah, let me hold this up a little bit. Maybe you can see a little bit. Can you see how I outlined in white? Yeah, you can't quite see it when it's down, but it's an embossing folder. And so on this side, things were bulging out. On this side, I allowed them to show. That was the ones that were debossed instead of embossed. Anyway, I was real happy with that. And, you know, I haven't been really putting a lot of dates on things when I make things for Christmas, but I decided I would do a few of them this year anyway. So that's that one. And then I have several acrylic little balls like this, and so I used some for the top of the ornaments, and then of course just this tie. You can buy this at most any store. It's just actually to tie presents and that kind of a thing, but it works really well for ornaments too. So this is a fairly big one. Let me see, let me measure. It is 4.5 across by 5, 4.5 by 5. So from here to here it's 5, here to here it's 4.5. So it's a nice size ornament. All right, so that's one. Hope you guys are doing well. I would imagine you are probably well into making things for Christmas too. This is a snowman. I wanted to make kind of an antique snowman. And as you noticed, I used the same cutter for it. I love this cutter. It's so pretty. And it gives you a lot of room to work on too. So I made this one, and it's nothing, you know, out of the ordinary on the back. But I did put on all of these, maybe you can tell, I put some resin. Yeah, when I use inks or I use my pearlescence, I want to for sure cover that. And so that's what I did. That's resin on this one as well. I just decided to sort of rip it around the sides and put some snow on it. He's got more snow than the ornament, but you can see the snow on the ornament too, maybe. I actually stamped some big snowflakes in there and then the smaller white ones. So that's one. And then I have a brown and a pearl white little ball on the top for that. And then I used just that, some more tie that you would use for a present. It's that, can't think of what it's called. Anyway, you can see what it is. It's just real easy to tie. Okay, so there's that one. I made a couple of trees, littler trees, and I put the date down and then I put this one across. And I had some of these ornaments, little tiny ornaments you can use for other things. And I thought, well, I'm just going to use those on here. And it says Merry Christmas on the back as well, so that's kind of neat. The back of this is just silver. I used an embossing folder on this as well, so you can see evergreen branches on it. I'm not sure if you can see that really well, but yeah. So this is silicone. These are silicone. And then these are some little wooden beads that I painted. So those are just some cute littler ones. This is another one that's it's just a little bit different than what I normally do. I've got a couple of these, but I put snowmen on it. Maybe I can bring it down a little bit here for you. Sometimes my light is just too much, so I'll just lift it up a little bit. So I put the snowman family on there, and then it has some Christmas ornaments, and then of course some snow. I guess I'm into snow, making snow this year. Anyway, and again, the acrylic balls that I put on. I really am happy I bought these acrylic beads. I've just used them so much this year. They've been very, very helpful. Nothing fancy on the back, but it does have resin on it as well. And as you notice, there's a double cut here. I made the blue one first, and then I cut out the silver one, and I put them together before I baked them. So that's that. Oh, and then I used, to make the little tree green and her cheeks and so forth, pink, and pink on here, and then a little gray here, and so forth. I used my pearls, acrylic pearl. Not acrylic pearl, but the pearl powders is what I should say. Yeah. So anyway, so that's that one. Our dogs are down here kind of getting like they want to wrestle. Here's another one that I made, and I also put the date on for this. I like the poinsettia. I actually have an embossing folder that has this on it. It has leaves and so forth, but I decided I would emboss the poinsettia. I'm not sure how to say that. Some people say poinsettia. Anyway, I've always said poinsettia, whether it's right or wrong or indifferent. So I decided I would just cut around there and just put 2 of them on this, and I like it. Then I added a little decoration to it, and then of course the date, and then of course the acrylic balls on the top and the tie. So that's about it. And I did also put resin on here. You can tell because it's so shiny. Let me see if I can do this here. Yeah, there you go. Kind of see it a little bit better. So that's another one. It's like the other 2, so it's fairly big, 4.5 by 5. Let's see here. Let me see. Here's another one. I don't usually make things and just put several on here. Like this one I did too. But I don't know, I was kind of in a mood, so I decided I would. I made some little Christmas balls, and then I made a background. And of course I made 2 backgrounds. This is a green mixed with white. And this is green, let me show you what it is. It's emerald green glitter, the extra fine glitter. And so I just laid the white out, and I shook this all over it, and then I worked it with my hands. So that's what that is. And then I just made some decorations there, not to be looking like snow, but just some decorations around it. And then of course I added the acrylic balls on the top. I think, some of these that are a little bit less sparkly or whatever, this helps. The acrylic balls kind of help make it stand out. So that's another tree ornament. That is about 3.5 inches in diameter. And here's another one that is fairly similar. I guess I was in that mood, but this is obviously an oval one. And I made it out of gold clay, and then I added some green to the top of it. And then, of course, I put it on the white. I textured this white. Let's see if I can bring it down. You can kind of see it. That it's got some lines and some texture. And, yeah, that's also the green, the white clay mixed with green here. And then the acrylic balls again. And the tie. twine. That's what this is called. Sometimes, I don't know why, I just can't come up with the word that I want, but it's in there somewhere and it generally comes out. You ever have that happen? Okay, so that's that one. And this one is kind of non-plus. It's not as fancy as some of the other ones, but it does have a pretty swirl on it. I like the swirl. So there's a silver swirl and then gold on top with a little snow. And then, of course, I put resin on all of these and then the acrylic balls. So just something for the tree. Now this one I have to show you because I just love it. I will explain it to you. My sister and her husband, they live in South Dakota. Well, one of my sisters does, anyway. And they were the ones that cared for my mom, who was at a nursing home for quite a while there. She was down here too for a little while, but not nearly as long as she was with my sister Lana and her husband Doug. And my sister Lana, it's been kind of a sort of a joke, but my sister Lana was homecoming queen when she was in high school. And once in a while, just jokingly, she's got a great sense of humor, as does my brother Mark. They're just hilarious. There are 3 boys in our family and 3 girls. She calls herself Queenie. So I've given her different things over the years that would make you think of a queen. I bought a jewelry bowl once that was shaped like a crown. It was just so cute. Sent that to her for her birthday. Now this year I made a Christmas ornament that says Merry Christmas, and there, of course, wherever there's a queen, there has to be a king. So so this is their ornament for this year. So Lana, if you're watching, I hope you like it. And then I took some of my wooden balls, these balls, and I had a metallic spray, gold spray, and I sprayed them, and oh, did they cover well. So pretty. And so I tried to stay pretty regal, you know, the purple and the white and the gold. So that's the story behind it. Now I'll just leave that there. And let's see, maybe I'll just bring in a couple of the other ones so you can look at them while I'm talking. Let's see, do that one up here. That's about all I think I can fit into that. Move it over just a little bit. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to update you. I am doing fairly well. My brother, one of my brothers lives in Boise, Idaho, and he had a hip replaced, the same hip replaced 3 times due to infection. And so he has some tips for me, and I've been listening to him. And one of the things he said was to get a TENS. It's called it's spelled TENS. And I'll show you what it is. I've got it on right now, but I'll just pull it off and show you. There you go. And you hook it up to you put pads on your hip, and you hook this to it, and then electrical impulses go through that. So it makes your brain think, it takes your mind off the pain that's going into your hip. It just, you feel those electrical currents, and it's actually quite soothing. So I was so thankful he told me about that. So I wear that every day, and it's been helpful. I'm not looking forward to surgery. I would rather not have it, but however, I continue to thank the Lord for healing me and doing what he does better than anybody can ever do. And I know that he will be with me through all of it. And so I will go in on, I've been going to pre-things. I had to go give blood a couple times, and I had to go to a joint class. My husband came with me to all of this, and it was very interesting to go to the joint class. It tells you what to expect and kind of what's going to happen in the hospital and what clothes to bring, and not to wear tight pants and so forth. Wear something very loose fitting so that you can go home in. And so, and they get you up the very same day, get you moving. So that was all very interesting, and I have looked at many YouTube videos to see what happens with hip surgery, and quite honestly, not so sure. I wish I would have done that now. But they do use a saw to cut out the part that isn't good anymore. And then, of course, they come in with their pieces that they're going to replace, and mine will be a titanium socket with a ceramic ball, and then they put a titanium rod down in through your hollow part of your bone in your thigh, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good, does it? Anyway, that's what happens. So I think there's quite a recovery time on it, but you have to keep moving, which I can understand, and I'm going to do that. Many years I was a walker, and many years ago I even ran for a little bit, but that stopped real quickly. However, I haven't done that for a long time now, so I'm going to have to become a walker again, that's for sure, and that'll be a good thing. That'll be a good thing. So I go in December 1st I have to be there at 8 a.m. My surgery is at 10:30, supposedly, so we'll see how that all works out. Hopefully it will be good. But I just wanted to update you a little bit. I appreciate all your prayers, thoughts, and concern. I really do. Sorry, I had a timer on, I had to turn it off. And I will let you know how things are going. Now, because my workshop is downstairs, and there's a big flight of stairs I would have to come down and then go back up, I will probably not be able to come down for a while and make things for a while. So, but what I think I'll do is check in. I'll check in with you and maybe put my face on the screen, that kind of thing, and just talk a little bit and tell you what's going on and what's happening. But until that time, thank you again for your prayers. I just can't tell you enough how much I appreciate that all would go well and smoothly, and that I would be up and walking, and that the pain would not be too bad as I recuperate. So thank you so much, and thanks for stopping by just to see what this video might be all about. And I will leave you with that information now and just tell you all thank you so much for watching my videos, and I appreciate every single one of you and the time that you spend to do that. So I'll let you go for now. God bless each and every one of you, and I will hopefully talk to you after my surgery. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.